Okay, guys. So tonight, like I told you, I'm going to go over a little bit about what we learned on the team call last night that I hopped on from our Diamond Upline. It was just some really good information. And I feel like I've been kind of on this path of like restarting your business and going back to the basics, just because I feel like so many people have gotten really frustrated over the summer. Myself included, the business has been really slow. So we have to think about instead kind of, okay, well, whose fault is it that it's slow? We have to kind of look at our business and our activity and what we're doing, because when it all comes down to it, the pace of our business, the only people that can be responsible for what's going on is us. So we're responsible for how many people are contacting, how many people are following up. No one can make you do that. So kind of what she was talking about on the team call was just really going back to the basics and figuring out how can you make this business work for you. Because if you're exhausted and feeling like you're always doing plexes but your business is going nowhere, then you're not doing it right, which y'all should be happy to hear. So if you're just feel like you're doing plexes all the time and you're not getting any new customers and new ambassadors, that just means that we need to switch up the way that we're doing things, because what we're doing is not effective if that's what's happening. You should never feel like, oh my gosh, I'm working 8 hours a day and I literally cannot get anyone. We just need to switch up our what we're doing. So the acronym she gave us was B.R.A.D, B-R-A-D. So that's what we're gonna go over tonight. The B stands for boundaries. So the first one, B, stands for boundaries. And really what that is you need to really take the mindset of businesswoman and businessman, because that's what we are. We have a business. So think about when you're at work at your normal job. What kind of boundaries do you have set? Do you bring your kids to work? No, you don't. Do you do a million things whenever you're working? No, you don't. Do you have your washing machine going while you're working? No, you don't. Now, of course, that's the joy of network marketing, is that we can do those things while we work. But are we being the most effective in our time if we're doing all those things while we're trying to work our business? Would it be more effective if maybe we focused on our business for an hour and then did all that stuff versus, okay, I got to go do the laundry. Okay, now I need to go cook breakfast. Now I need to do this. Okay, now I need to go change a diaper. Maybe instead, okay, when are my kids busy where I can work for an hour? Well, during nap time, they're asleep, so I'm not going to need to help them. Or maybe after they go to bed, okay, now my kids are asleep, so again, I don't need to be distracted by my kids. Now, I'm not saying never work your business when your kids are there. You can never do laundry when you're working your business. But the thing is, sometimes, and this is why part of the reason I had to get an office, because I was so distracted at my house. I would do 5 million things, and I'd feel like I was working plexus for 12 hours. And Kenan's like, what'd you do all day? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I did a heck of a housewife, but did I do anything with my business? No. It's because I didn't set boundaries. So think about that. Would it be more effective to work 1 hour with no distractions than 12 hours with all the distractions in the world? Yes. And you're not going to feel burnt out, because you're going to do your really effective power hour and you're going to be done, versus, okay, well, now I need to message people. Now I need to do this. And you get exhausted. You do. No matter how much you love your job, if you feel like you're doing it 14 hours a day, you're going to hate it eventually. So really just setting your boundaries. Part of that is setting business hours. Me personally, I am like super flexible. I'm totally the person that wakes up and I'm like, okay, Kenan, this is what I'm going to do today. This. And then 2 seconds later, someone's like, hey, you want to go to brunch? I'm like, yeah. And so like my plans are totally shot. So I can't be someone that sets 8 to 9, I'm going to do this, 9 to 10. But what I can do is have a daily task and say every day, this is what I'm doing in my plexus business. And maybe I work for 15 minutes undistracted, and then I go do my thing. And then later when I have 30 minutes, I sit down again and I do my 30 minutes. So it doesn't always have to be, I think we get so set in this mindset of I have to have a schedule. By schedule, it can be a very loose schedule. Like, yes, I need to at least work an hour a day if I want this to go fast for me, but can I break that time apart so it's focused? Yeah, like I know, hey, I'm gonna, right here on the screen, I see 2 moms. Obviously, like if your kid is screaming, you can't be like, hold on, I gotta message 7 more people. You gotta stop and you gotta go take care of your baby. But what you can do is pick up later where you left off whenever you're not distracted. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes from last night. Do you require structure? So if you do require structure, someone, let's say, okay, I need to set my hours. I need to do that or else I'm not going to get to it. So let's say someone, as an example, that if they don't work out in the morning, it's not going to get done, that type of person. If you're that person, get up an hour earlier and work your Plexus business before anything happens that day. So no matter what happens, if you get a flat tire, if you need to go to the grocery store, if like getting a margarita with your friend sounds a lot more fun, you've gotten your work done. You know, and like I see Lexi shaking her head, that's me too. I know I'm most effective in the morning. So my have to do stuff, I do in the morning before anyone can bother me, because I know that it's going to get done. Because I am that person. I like to have fun. I really, if y'all ever follow my Facebook, you know that I do. I'm always posting like, you know, going out to eat with my friends or doing this or going to the dog park, or I just love being sociable. So it's hard for me at night to really sit down and be like, well, I need to work my business when there's something going on. So think about that. What type of person are you? Someone who can be flexible or someone who needs those set hours? Figure out what works for you and do that. Another thing that she made a really big deal about is you don't have to work full time. You don't even have to work part time really, but you have to work every single day. So this is not a business that takes 40 hours a week. It's not even a business that takes 20 hours a week. But when you are working, you need to make sure that you work every single day. It's not gonna work if you decide, well, I have 8 hours on Sunday, so I'm gonna work Plexus for a full 8 hours. Well, what happens the other 6 days of the week? People think that you got off the grid. They think that you didn't do Plexus anymore. Instead, even if all you can fit in a day is 20 minutes, work that 20 minutes every single day. Now, I'm a big proponent of like Sundays being my day. I go to church and I like to, you know, go spend the time with family. I do work Sunday nights just because that's like a hot Plexus time. But usually like Saturday afternoons and Sunday until about 5, I don't work Plexus because I need a break. So figure out what works for you. Figure out when you need that downtime and take it, because y'all, you're not expected to work at your normal 9 to 5, 7 days a week, so why would you work Plexus like that? But you do need to work consistently. And on those days that you do take off, like Lindsay is really great at using Buffer. Go to Buffer, BUFFER.com. You can schedule your posts. So even on like those, I'm going to start doing it because I'm really bad about posting Sundays because I do my church thing. But I'm going to start scheduling posts for Sunday morning so people still see that I'm active, because not everyone goes to church. I know that. So they're not going to understand why I take Sunday off. But to me, that's always been a big deal in our family. So think about it and pre-plan those times. So if you're going to take off all day Saturday and do it as a family day, take that time off. But schedule your buffer so people see that you're still present with Plexus, because people are looking for you to drop off. So setting a timer is huge. So what I like to do is what I call power hour. And during this power hour, I'm going to tell y'all a few things that you can do. During my power hour, I always make sure to post. So if you have 1 hour a day, you can be very effective. So cut out 1 show a day. Power hour. I make sure and post every single day. I make sure and check the team pages. I make sure and follow up with customers, follow up with ambassadors, and then be active on my Facebook. So I'll go in and I'll be interactive and like and comment and do all that good stuff. And then if I have extra time, I'll get on moms groups or I'll get on buy, sell, trade groups. I'll do that as extra, but every single day I wanna make sure that I post, personal and Plexus. I wanna make sure that I'm being interactive on the team page, because if you have teams underneath you, they need to see that you're active. And if you aren't active on the team page, then they're not gonna think the team page is important either. So make an effort to go on there and really be interactive on the team page. And y'all are doing, some of y'all that I see on here, your faces are doing a great job of really just posting stuff and showing people that you are on those team pages, because when people see you show up, that's huge. Okay, so another thing is let people know that you're busy. So I have to tell my husband, y'all, it's just me and my husband, and I have to tell him, hey, you need to leave me alone for like an hour because I'm working. After the hour, you can bother me and poke and prod me as much as you want, but during this hour, I need you to leave me alone because I need to be effective. And before, I never told him that, and I would get irritated with him. He was trying to be sweet and cuddly, and I'd be like, get off me, I'm working. Instead, if you set that precedence and say, hey, I'm working, I need you to please respect my time and give me this hour, and then I can hang out with you all day. You'll be surprised how many fights that solves, or how much more people will take you seriously also. And also set boundaries for your workspace. So this was one that is important. So set up somewhere, even if it's just a little corner of your house or a little chair on the counter whenever you work. Set up a space so that people know, hey, when she set up in this space, this is her office. I didn't have a formal office for the longest time. I would just set up on my dining room table. But Kenan knew when I set up my stuff on the dining room table, I was plexing, as we call it. It's a verb up in here. So when I was plexing, he would leave me alone because he knew that I was setting up shop. So let people know, you know, set out your binder, set out your folder that has your follow-up list, whatever you need. But make a space that is yours because you just feel comfortable. At work, you have a desk, so why would you not have one at home? I realize not everyone has room for an entire office, but at least set up a little space that people can respect as yours. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 mini assignments tonight, and I will repost these in the team page. So the first one is to write down one boundary that you're going to put into place to make your business work more effectively for you. And I'll post these so you don't have to write these down. So one boundary, so whether it be your workspace is going to be your boundary or your time is going to be your boundary, write down one boundary. And I want y'all to share these on the team page. Okay, so that was the B, the boundaries. The R is routines and rituals. And y'all, she said this was from whenever they were in Hawaii. So this is like the training they gave all the jewels. So the R is for routines and rituals. So what routines can you put in your life to make work easier? Okay, so I don't know if y'all have noticed, but on the team page, we've kind of got a little routine. Lindsay posts Monday motivation. On Tuesday, there's testimony. On Wednesday, it's Wellness Wednesday. Thursday, there's a training. On Friday, it's Follow-Up Friday. We've put a routine in place so that it's a constant reminder. Because if you do stuff on a regular basis at the same time or on the same day, it's going to be more effective for your business. So what's one thing that you can do to put into place? For me, I do Follow-Up Friday. So I don't follow up a ton during the week, unless it's my ambassadors, but with my customers and my potentials, I always follow up on Friday. That's what I do. So I know that I never miss anyone because I do it every single Friday. If you're randomly doing it like on a Monday, then a Thursday, then on a, you know, next Sunday, then the following week, you're like, oh my gosh, when's the last time I followed up with someone? But if you always do it on a Friday and that's constantly your day, it's going to be in your brain. Okay, today's Friday. I know I need to follow up. So just what routines can you put in place? So your power hour, like I talked about, I like to do power hour. So power hour is a time that I don't talk to anyone that messages me. I do what I need to do. So that's what I do in the early morning. So sometimes when you see I'm online and I don't answer your message, that's because I'm doing my power hour and I'm purposely ignoring messages. That way I'm more effective. Because what happens? You start a conversation with someone, you're not going to be rude, so you're going to keep on talking to them. So instead of being effective in the hour, you've now talked to someone about everything in the world for 45 minutes, and then you need to go change your son's diaper. There goes your power hour. You are not effective in your business. So that's something that I do that I know is going to build my personal business. So this is where you really need to focus on what's going to build your business. So talking to current ambassadors, is that going to build your business? Yes, in the long run, but that's more supporting your team. Building your business is you personally going out and following up and finding ambassadors and customers. So that time needs to be building your personal business. Okay. So that goes to leading by example. So when your ambassadors see you doing something, they're going to follow suit. So when they see you adding customers or they see you adding ambassadors, are you getting on team calls? I have so many people that have told me, well, no one on my team is getting on a team call. And then I'll ask them, it's pretty blunt, but are you getting on team calls? Obviously, if you're on this call, you're not having that issue. But, you know, people ask me, I just don't know how to get my people on team calls. I'm like, well, why would they get on a call? You're not getting on a call. So you have to think about stuff like that. Your ambassadors are going to follow suit to what you do. If you're not personally recruiting, they're probably not going to be personally recruiting either. If you're not getting customers, they're probably not either. So really think about that, okay? So that is routines and rituals. So what routines, this is going to be your second assignment. What is one routine or ritual that you're going to put into place for your team to grow your personal business on a weekly basis, whether that be Follow-Up Friday or contacting 3 new people every day? What is one weekly routine that you're going to put in place? Think about people that start Taco Tuesday. You know why they do that? Because it's easy. Their family knows. Every Tuesday there's going to be tacos. They don't have to know what's for dinner. Their family knows, right? So think about that. What routine is going to help you be more effective in your business? Whether some ideas too are power hour. Power hours are great. Excuse me. If you YouTube power hour also, you'll find a lot of really great resources on there. Okay, so the A in B.R.A.D is accountability. Okay, now I know we've heard about accountability partners, someone that's going to help you be accountable in your business, but we're more talking about your personal accountability. So the joy of this business is that you get to work whenever you want, wherever you want, however you want. The downfall to this business is you get to work wherever you want, whenever you want, however you want. It's very easy to decide, I'm not going to work today because I have something better to do. Very easy. What happens when you do that though? Every day you don't work, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier to not work. And then one day you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I had this great thing going. Where did my team go? Where did my customers go? It kind of slips away from you. So this is self-accountability. That's one thing in this business you have to have. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable and get your butt up every day and work. So there's a couple of ways that we can help have self-accountability. One is setting goals and not be afraid to put them out there. So I don't know if y'all saw on my personal page and on the team page last night, I put that I will be ranking Senior Ruby next month. Is that scary to say? Yeah, because I'm going to have to push the heck out of it to rank Senior Ruby. It's not going to be an easy rank for me. But I knew when I put it out there, guess what I'm not going to do next month? I'm not going to slack because I know that everyone saw that I'm pushing for Senior Ruby. So if it doesn't happen, there's going to be some accountability there. People are going to wonder why whenever I so boldly claimed I'm going Senior Ruby. So when you put your goals out there, it really, really, really holds your accountability standards higher because no one likes to not reach their goals that they've told people. No one likes to feel like people are judging them for not doing what they said they were going to type thing. The next thing is to have a checklist of your daily activity. So like I did this earlier today. And it just has like a to-do list for tomorrow. And tomorrow my thing says make a schedule for daily activity. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to print up a daily activity and I'm going to tape it to my desk so that every day I'm going to check off. Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I contact my people? Did I post on my personal page? Did I check on the team page? Was I interactive in the team page? Did I train myself? I'm going to have a daily checklist of what I'm going to do every day. That's something that's been lacking. And it's easy to forget to do something, but if it's right there, right in front of my face, I'm going to do it every single day. So if something's not checked, I know that I'm not done with my work day. Now, I do this full time, so my list is probably going to be a little bit bigger than those of you who work. So just keep that in mind. Everybody's list is going to look a little bit different, so tailor it towards you. And then another one is to keep records of your prospects. So you would do this in any business that you have, you're going to keep track of who you talk to, what you talk to them about. Plexus is no different. Sometimes we think of Plexus like, oh, well, that's just kind of like my hobby. Well, if you want this to be a business, you have to treat it like one. Even if it's a business that you only show up 30 minutes a day, that's still your business and you're still showing up. So would you slack at work? Probably not because your boss is holding you to a standard. Well, think about it. This is your business. Be prideful in it. How do you want people to view your business? Okay, so keep tracks of who you're talking to, what you're talking to them about. Because all of a sudden, one day they pop up in your Facebook and they're on Plexus and you're like, oh man, I talked to them about Plexus and they didn't sign up under me. It's probably because someone else asked them about it because you didn't follow up. So keeping a list. And y'all, in the beginning, I thought I could remember everyone. I'm only 27 years old and my memory is like already failing me apparently because I forget all the time. I'll look at my list of prospects and be like, when did I talk to them? But if I would have never wrote their name down, I would have never remembered. So that's huge. Okay, so your assignment 3 for accountability is to write down your daily IPA. So IPA means income producing activity. So your daily IPA, some ones that I've already kind of told y'all are following up with people, following up with your ambassadors, contacting new people, posting on Facebook, posting in the team page, being interactive with people. So if you see people's pictures, comment and like, that way your posts start showing up in their news feed. So someone shows a picture of them with their baby. Oh my gosh, your baby's so cute. I can't believe how big he's getting. Send. Guess what? You commented on their stuff, so now your Facebook posts are going to start showing up in their news feed. So when you show a picture of your kid, they're probably going to reciprocate and say, oh my gosh, your kid is so cute, blah, blah, blah. And then when your Plexus post comes up, it's going to be in their news feed. It's like so amazing how Facebook works like that. So that could be something that you do. Now, I would do the most income producing first. So I would do things that are going to be helping your business and drive faster. So contacting new people, following up are always going to be the 2 things you want to do first. Scrolling Facebook is a thing that you want to do when you're bored, but instead of just scrolling, comment and like. Don't just scroll, comment and like. One thing that I put on my daily IPA is saying happy birthday to everyone, because that's like an easy way to make a contact. But instead of just saying happy birthday, I've started private messaging people and saying, hey girl, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Honestly, I haven't heard or seen anything about you in forever until I noticed your birthday in the little Facebook notification thing. How the heck are you? And I'm getting a really good response from that. So rather than being like, happy birthday, like the other 900 people that say it on their wall, personally message them. They're not gonna think it's weird because it's a birthday. People love to have attention on their birthday. Hello, people do like birthday months. People love their birthday. So they're gonna love a little bit of extra loving. Yeah, we know you do, Lindsay. They're gonna love a little extra loving and they're not gonna think it's weird at all. So assignment 3 is write down your daily IPA. And then the D in B.R.A.D is deadlines. Okay, I'm pretty sure no one in this world would get anything done, including me, if there were not deadlines. I like to live by deadlines. Y'all, like my wedding reception this weekend, literally they were calling me up to the stage to do my first dance with Kenan. I was like, Kenan, what song do you want to dance to? Then we like ran and told the DJ like right before we did it. We would have never chose if we didn't have to. So no one gets anything done without deadlines. So like any other business, remember we're successful businesswomen. We want to set deadlines. So let's say, so the first thing you want to do, there's 4 parts to deadlines. One is defining the deadline. So what would a deadline be if there's no date to it, right? So let's say, for example, I'm going to do Lexi's deadline for gold just because she wants to go gold August 31st. Okay, so gold, August 31st, that's my deadline. Okay, so now you have it, but what does that mean? You can't just say, okay, I'm gonna go gold by August 31st. Yay, it's gonna happen. No, you have to divide the goal. So that's step 2, divide the goal. So you wanna divide it into smaller goals. That way it's more manageable, because I know whenever I was shooting for Senior Ruby, I'm like, okay, Senior Ruby by next month. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people we need to add to the team. But I broke it down. So I said, okay, I need this many. So let's say Lexi has 10 people on her team. She needs 10 more active to be gold, okay? So that means she needs 10 people in 1 month. Well, there's 4 weeks in October, so how many people would she need a week? About 2.5. Obviously, you can't cut someone in half, so we'll just say, let's shoot for greater versus less. So Lexi needs to add 3 people a week. Doesn't that sound way more manageable? Absolutely, it does. So break your bigger goals into smaller goals. Okay, so I need to add 3 people a week. So let's say about 1 in every 20 people say yes on the first time. I need to contact 60 people a week. Oh, well, that sounds like kind of a big goal. 60 people a week. I'm about to get my calculator out. I used to teach math, y'all, don't judge me. Okay, so 60 people a week. There's 7 days a week. I need to contact 9 people a day. Doesn't 9 sound a lot more manageable than 60? Yes, so you see how I broke that down into smaller goals? So if you're reaching these daily goals, then your monthly goal will happen. But if you just shoot blindly, oh, I need 10 people, come to me, that's not gonna happen. You need to figure out, okay, how can I break these down? And if you need help breaking down your goals, I will absolutely help you, because that's something that took me a little bit to learn, because I didn't really understand, first of all, what the goal was. Second of all, I sure didn't understand how to break it down. But now I know kind of like stats of how many people will say yes if you contact so many, et cetera, so I can help you with that. So you define the deadline, divide the goal, and then you declare the goal. So tell people what your deadline is. So that's something I'm going to challenge y'all to do tonight. I want you tonight to post on your personal page, on the team page, what your goal is. You don't necessarily have to say, my goal is gold by this date, because honestly, no one but Plexus people even know what they need. They're like, cool, you're shooting for a color. Like, I'm in network marketing, and when other people say, like, they ranked to purple, I'm like, what does that mean? No one knows. But what you can say is, I'm so excited in October. I'm going to promote to the next rank in my company, and I can't believe that I'm able to get such a big raise by putting in just, you know, something like that, you know. So you can just say that you're so, that you're going for the next rank in your company, or whatever the case may be. So really putting your goal out there for people so that they know. That's y'all's challenge tonight. And then the 4th part of the defining or the deadlines is discipline. So it takes discipline to get there. We've already talked about this a little bit, you're going to have to discipline yourself to make the deadline happen. So it's very easy to even divide the goal and say, okay, well, I need to contact 8 people a day. What's making you contact those 8 people a day? I don't know if y'all saw my video today where I like drove past my school and it like slapped me in the face a little bit about, you know, it's kind of a wake up call to me a little bit. I had a why before, and my why for doing this business was to be able to quit teaching because I was honestly miserable teaching. I loved it. I loved the kids, but it was making me into a person I was not. It was making me into a very negative person, a person that was angry, a person that didn't like to be touched or hugged anymore, a person, you know, it was just turning me into someone I was not just because the pressure that was put on me. And I didn't like that. So my why when I first started Plexus, when I found out you can make money, was to quit my teaching job. Now that I've been able to do that, which is incredible, I have a bigger why now. My why now is I want to be able to, my husband has been like, he's like a dreamer. Lindsay knows, his cousin's on this call. He's been like a dreamer, but he's never really been one to be able to like put something in place. So he needs someone to do that for them. He's the dreamer, but he needs someone that can apply his dream. So my dream now is to make so much money that will first to like pay off our debt, but second, to be able to fund something for him so that he can start his own business. That's his dream. And Plexus currently is the only way that's going to happen for us. That's what I want to do. I want to fulfill his work dream because I have mine now. I have a job that I love, my dream job. I want him to have his. You know, so that's a bigger why now. So you really have to have a why that's going to drive you. So now, I don't know if it's because we're married now or what, but I feel like I want to make that happen so much more than I ever have before. So you want to have a why that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't really feel like messaging people. You're going to say, you know what? No, I hate my job and I don't want to go back. I'm going to message those people no matter how painful it is. Or you know what? I'm tired of being able to going to the grocery store and not being able to afford something. Or I'm tired of having to tell people no because I don't have money, or make up an excuse and lie to them when my real excuse is I don't have money and I can't go. That was this girl, that's why I'm saying that. So whatever your why is, it needs to drive you where every morning you wake up and you're going to work. Now, if you say your why and you get up and you're still like, whatever, you need to think about a new why. So I really challenge you to do that. Okay, so this is your career and you can choose. Do you want how successful you want to be, how fast you go, how much effort you want to put into it? And that's, again, going to be all up to you what you choose to do. Okay, and one last thing, showing up to calls, something I had from last night, really fires you up. Okay, so I listened to a call today that like somehow led me to my old school, and that like lit a fire up under my butt. It's very easy to quit showing up for team calls, to say, you know what, excuses, I can't get on. And then you kind of, you lose that fire. You forget that people are being successful at this. I was disconnected from the wedding. I've told y'all this. I've admitted on the team page. I was very distracted by it. And I wasn't getting on the team calls. And it was very easy when you don't get on the team calls to kind of like forget about the passion that people have, or the success people have, or the stories, the incredible stories that people have for being successful in this business, or even like the health testimonies, because people share those. You kind of lose sight of that, but when you show up, you get disconnected and that flame gets brighter in you and you have that passion again. So that's why I always really encourage y'all to get on team calls. Yes, they may seem annoying sometimes. Yes, you may get bored on them, whatever the case may be. Yes, you may be so dog tired, but try and make an effort to do it. Or don't listen to the radio, listen to the team call to catch up, whatever you need to do to light that fire underneath you. And if you feel like you're stagnant in your business, I promise you, growing yourself is going to be what changes you. Every time I've had a dip in my business, I've YouTubed the heck out of every single Plexus ambassador that I looked up to, and I would just listen over and over and over. I wouldn't even pick a certain video. I just listen and listen and listen and listen. And then something that they would say in one video would spark me again. And then I would, boom, get back to work. So if you feel like you ever get demotivated, go YouTube someone from Plexus and just leave it on the streaming where it just goes to the next video, the next video, the next video. Something's going to spark that fire underneath you that they say. Because I promise you, everyone that's successful in this business started out just like we did. And you forget that if you aren't constantly listening to stuff like that. Okay, so write your goal down, so your why down, and tape it next to wherever you work. Because if it's out of sight and you put it in a little notebook and then you close it up and it stays there, you're going to forget about it. So put your goal somewhere where you're going to see it, on the fridge, on your mirror, on your laptop on a little sticky note right there beside your keyboard. Somewhere you're going to see it, and it's going to be a constant reminder every day. Okay, and then I'm going to tell y'all Nikki's IPAs. Actually, I'll just post them on the team page. She gave me kind of her daily IPA. So if you're struggling to figure out the IPA that you want to do, I'm going to take a picture of that. And that's it, y'all. So I'm gonna, sorry, I almost got on, like so jammed up in my throat. But I'm gonna unmute y'all for a second, and then let me know if you have any questions. If not, then I will post the 4 assignments. And I will post Nikki's IPAs, and I really encourage y'all to post those things on the team page. Get your teams excited. Show them that you're showing up to stuff. Because if everyone's posting all these goals and IPAs, people are going to say, oh man, what did I miss out on? You know, they want to be a part of something that's bigger than them. So when they see people participating, they want to be a part of that. So I really encourage you tonight to do a little cute graphic, or even write them down on a notebook and take a picture and share them on the team page and say, these are my IPAs, who's with me? Give you a couple minutes.
So would you suggest putting your like why on your dream board?
I would, yeah, I really would. The more that, I don't know what it was about today, you know, I've always heard people be like, your why, and I always kind of didn't really know, I mean, I had a why, but I guess I didn't really mean what they said, your why needs to drive you, until I went by my school, and I'm like, who am I to think that that's not a big deal that I got to retire at 27? You know, who am I to think that that's not amazing? I kind of was almost taking advantage of it, you know, and so I'm like, okay, so that was my huge why. That's huge. People work at jobs for 6 years that they hate, you know, and I'm able to do something that I've only been doing for a year and a half and was able to quit, you know? And so that's kind of when I was like, okay, so I need a bigger why that's going to drive me. So what is it? And to me, I don't know what it was today, just like clicked. And I'm like, Kenan is my why. I want him to have a job that he's so passionate about that I am. And that's something that he's always wanted to do. So yeah, I would say really think about it and think about something that's going to get you up every morning. Write that down so you can constantly see it. I think that really would be huge.
I only ask because I'm doing my dream board Friday, so.
Get it, girl. Jeez. Yeah, I think I want to do it for my office too. I only have 3 minutes left. That's a good idea. I should put it in my office.
Yep, I'm up here. I've been upstairs. He's like, Mama, are you up there? I'm hiding.
We have like 2 minutes before we run out of time here.
I'm here, baby.
It was a little bit longer than I wanted. Sorry, but it was really good information. So I'll post this on the team page, and then I'll post that stuff I told y'all. So my challenge to you before you go to bed tonight is to make those up, even if you have to slap it on a notebook, take a picture and post it. And then that way, you know, people start wondering, what is this about, you know, and then they're going to start being more involved. I know a lot of you that are on here are looking to really make this business work for you full time. So that's going to be a great way to show people I'm involved, I'm doing this, I'm in it to win it for you type thing. All right, y'all. So love y'all.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.